Big-time football tonight from Ryan Field in Evanston. Big Ten football on the Big Ten Network is presented by Marathon. It'll be the 3-5 Wildcats from Northwestern against the 6-2 and 22nd ranked Iowa Hawkeyes coming up from Evanston. And good evening, everybody. It is great to have you with us. Alongside Matt Millen, I am Corey Provis. We'll hear from Elise Menaker from the field in just a moment. Well, Matt, 2 weeks ago, the Iowa Hawkeyes were 6-0, ranked second in the country, had national championship aspirations. Since then, 2 straight losses, only 14 points scored combined the last 2 games. And the reasons why, there are a few, but none bigger than the lack of the running game for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Yeah, when you start talking about Iowa football, the first thing that pops into your head offensively is a running team. Well, it's really, when you look at them and break them down a little bit, you see that they're very young and have been banged up in that offensive line. And really, that's where everything starts on offense. They've got to get that riddle solved.
And if they will get that ground game going, it has to be from a guy that was an all Big Ten back last year in number 15, Tyler Goodson.
Tyler Goodson can do it. He can do it if you're grinding him play after play, trying to get first downs. He can make a big play, hit a home run. He can hit it any time. He's also good out of the backfield catching the football. He's the guy they're going to have to rely on until this offensive line can get things straightened out.
And this may be the matchup to get Goodson and the ground game going. Why? Because Northwestern dead last in the Big Ten, allowing almost 230 yards rushing per game this season. Meanwhile, for Northwestern, what hasn't been a problem has been running the football. Evan Hull has played really well.
They run the football very well. Evan Hull's kind of the same guy as Tyler Goodson. You know, he can catch the ball well out of the backfield. You can grind with him a little bit, you know, picking up 5-6 yards. He also has this capability. He can hit a big first down, catching a pass out of the backfield as well. So it's going to be, this is a good Iowa defense, and this offense with Evan Hull is going to really have to work.
See Hull averaging about 6.5 yards per carry so far this season. So we know that Hull will run, but who will throw the ball to Hull and the Northwestern receivers tonight? Details on that. We say good evening to the third member of our team. Here's Elise Menaker.
Corey, we know that Andrew Marty will be making his first start of the season. How fitting here on senior day. His family just got finished walking him out onto the field, and it's on the field that Marty has provided a spark. You can go back to last week, go back to 2019. Anytime he's on the field, he's executing and he's putting up points, which is exactly what this Northwestern offense needs. They also need to protect the football and start fast. And someone who's been day-to-day guy, Stephon Robinson, he is active today for this offense.
All right, Elise, thank you. And there is Pat Fitzgerald, 9-6 record all time against the Iowa Hawkeyes as a head coach. And meanwhile, Kirk Ferentz. And Iowa has been really good in November the last 2 seasons under Ferentz in particular. 9-1 November record the last 2 years.
2 of the better coaches in fact, 2 of the best coaches in the Big Ten, and 2 of the best coaches in all of college football. What they do very well is they do a great job. They don't get the top recruits, but they do a great job of developing talent, both these guys.
Iowa won the toss, deferred to the second half, so the Wildcats begin with the ball tonight as Caleb Shudak boots this one away. Northwestern rarely returns kicks, and J.J. Jefferson will not do that, as the ball will come out to the 25-yard line, and we will see the Wildcats first on offense, a 3-5 record, 1-4 so far in Big Ten play. And Andrew Marty, Matt, will make his second ever start for the Wildcats, his first in almost 2 years.
And the one thing that Marty brings to the offense is he's got legs, right? He can take off and run and get you out of problems. And so one of the things that this Iowa defense is going to have to pay attention to is his running capability.
Hurt his shoulder early in the season against Duke, came back and played the bulk of the second half last week. He'll throw wide open, and Jefferson had it, and that's an incomplete pass. And if Northwestern is going to win tonight, they can't miss on a play like that.
Yeah, well, I don't know what else to say about this. You've got to make the plays that come your way. And Jefferson's normally reliable. Looks like he got his head upfield. He didn't quite pay attention to that ball all the way in.
Jefferson, he was banged up to start the year. Only 3 games so far this season before tonight. And here is Evan Hull trying to find the corner, and he is slammed down shy of the 30-yard line. A very good Iowa defense, even with the losing streak. You can't pin it on the defense. They had some short fields to work with last week.
Yeah, and guys like Dane Belton, you just saw right there, who really made a great play coming out of the secondary to make that play and send it back inside. Sets up this third and about 6 or so.
Five receiver package for Marty on 3rd and 6. Marty throws and tight coverage. That's caught, but short of the first down by Hall.
That's an excellent. Now there's a great play right there. Jack Campbell, that kid is going to be in the NFL, and that kid is going to play for a long time. He's got great cover skills. He's got great range. He's got good size. He's 6'4", about 245 pounds. Yeah, so you'll be watching him in a stadium near you in the NFL.
Campbell leads this Hawkeye defense in tackles, was named a mid-season All-American this week. Charlie Jones will call for a fair catch, and that's hauled in across the 35-yard line after a 32-yard punt. So now we'll see the Hawkeyes on offense for the first time, and junior Spencer Petras from San Rafael, California, Aaron Catholic High School. Last 2 games, no touchdown passes and 5 turnovers, Matt, for Petras the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it hasn't been good, but it's not all on. Look, everybody shares in the blame of these last 2 weeks. Me personally, I think up front this offensive line is really right now they're not playing very well.
Here's Goodson. Nice start for the Iowa ground game. Running right up the middle behind that awesome center, Tyler Linderbaum. And a nice run there for Goodson. Picks up about 7.
So somebody must have told them they're not running the football very well, because they came out and they just hung 7 on them right off the bat.
Goodson only one 100-yard rushing game so far this season. That came earlier in the year. As Goodson trying to bounce it outside, he does successfully, and he'll have the first down.
Keep in mind that this defense for Northwestern is dead last against the run. They have given up some huge run numbers this season. Goodson, of course, is one of those guys who can beat you inside with the power game, but he can also bounce things outside and has enough speed to get the edge.
It's a tough matchup there on the edge for Samdub Miller. So 2 carries and a first down. It's Goodson again. And this time fights his way back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe picked up a yard, brought down by Miller. Graduate senior from Houston, Texas.
Samdub Miller is one of those players that, you know, just when you think they don't have a pass rusher, he'll come on and he'll have something. He's good against the run. He's one of those guys who can squeeze that tackle and play and set an edge. He's got to play his best game tonight.
Petras throws for the first time and threw that low incomplete. Intended for Keegan Johnson. As we look at the starting lineup tonight for the Hawkeyes on offense, beginning with the line. And we're going to be watching the tackles, Matt, especially tonight.
Yeah, Richmond and Plum, you know, both young guys, both just kind of starting to get there. Tyler Linderbaum is the All-American in the middle. That guy is as good as I have seen a college center.
Northwestern dead last in the Big Ten on 3rd down defense. This is a 3rd and 9. Here's Goodson, great in the passing game, but purple jerseys are there to swarm Goodson back at the 45 for a loss. Ron Hurd, the 3rd, the sophomore, made the play, and the Wildcats force an Iowa punt.
Yeah, just a really nice job of working off the block right there. You're going to see a nice job of gang tackling also, but Hurd did it really well. Did it really nicely, I should say.
So Jefferson back to return the punt. Torrey Taylor, outstanding sophomore punter, the Aussie, 24 years old. He has a big leg to send this one away for Iowa. On the zone 33, Jefferson watches this one bounce, and that one finds the end zone. And will come out to the 20, a 55-yard punt. So we'll take a timeout. No score early on in Evanston. No score early on first quarter as we take a look at tonight's Auto Owners Insurance Impact Players map for the Wildcats in offense.
Well, you already talked about Evan Hall, and he's got to do what he's got to do. Skoronski's the guy you're going to have to keep your eyes on in the passing game because he'll be going against Van Valkenburg on the outside, and we already spoke about Jack Campbell, an All-American linebacker on the inside, so there's some nice matchups going to be here today.
Second series for Andrew Marty. And this is what Marty does so well. Great running option. Picks up a first down across the 30-yard line. I mentioned that Andrew Marty, his second ever start. His previous start came 2 years ago against Illinois. Matt, in that game, he carried the ball 30 times.
Yeah, and so when you see this option, it's perfect. It's a nice read. They bit very hard on the inside, and Marty pulls it and lets it go.
Now Evan Hall, as the Wildcats pick up the tempo here. Picks up a few, tackled by John Wagner.
Two good players on this Northwestern offensive line. Skoronski, 77, the left tackle, and the center, Jirak. Both those guys are probably next-level players. They're going against a good defensive front, very disciplined front.
There's Marty on the roll, time running out, and throws dangerously, tipped and nearly intercepted.
A fortuitous tip because that was a pick. That was a pick. One defender didn't see the other one coming from deep, and he gets a hand on it and tips this thing away, or else this is a pick.
Like Dane Belton dove in there. If not, I think Jack Kerner is right there, 28, to pick that ball off, man.
He still thinks he has it.
Iowa #1 in FBS with 16 interceptions this season, and a few of those do come off deflections. So on the 3rd and 7 from Marty. Steps up, has space up the middle. Marty, first down, slides wisely across the 45-yard line.
Yeah, nicely done. Okay, so what this is going to tell the defensive coordinator, Phil Parker, is you've got to account for his feet on 3rd down.
Picked up 11, trying to set up the screen. Flag comes in, and Marty is slammed down hard by Noah Shannon.
Yeah, he was able to do that because of the coverage on the back. He wasn't able to get out. Let's see what this flag's about.
Early indication is a hold against Northwestern. Ron Snodgrass, our official tonight.
Number 76, penalties declined, 2nd down.
Yeah, you decline that one, you'll take that sack. Yeah, that's a great job of covering. See, the back's going to come inside, and they just jumped that coverage right away. And so he thought he could probably get out of that. See the back, you're going to see Hulk try to sneak out, and he was covered up. Net result is a sack.
16th sack for the Hawkeyes defense. Did not have a sack the last 2 weeks. And the first for Shannon. It's a 12-yard loss. Marty back in the air, time running out, and throws that one away. And Joe Evans, guy that moved from linebacker to defensive end in spring practice in 19. That time he got into the backfield and got pressure on Marty.
Yeah, he did a great job coming off that left side, left defensive side, and forced that 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and long. You're going to watch him off the edge, and they're just going to try to slide out to him. And anytime you have a lineman coming inside out, he uses momentum against him, which he did very well there, and sets up this 3rd down.
On 3rd and 22. Tight end Marshall Lang in motion. Ball picks up the blitz, low throw, incomplete at the 35-yard line. Intended for Ray Nairo. So Marty had a good drive going, but then the Iowa defense makes a few plays, and Northwestern will punt.
Yeah, and this Northwestern defense does that, right? And so nice coverage there by Benson, number 44, you saw that. But they've been getting consistent pressure. Before this is said and done, there's going to be a lot more runs by that quarterback.
There's Derek Adams. Short punt. Charlie Jones looking for space, and a dive across the 35-yard line. Short punt, 32 yards from Derek Adams. And the Hawkeyes offense will have the ball when we come back, but Noah Shannon and the really strong Iowa defense off to a nice start. Timeout. Welcome back to Evanston. No score early on. Let's take a look at tonight's Auto Owners Insurance Impact players. Matt, now for the Hawkeyes on offense.
For Iowa, it's just a couple of bombs. Linder and Potabom. Both of those guys are excellent players. They do what they do very well. Adibari on the outside and Bergen, both those guys need to have good games. Bergen especially is always active.
It's turned out by Hawkeye fans here in Evanston tonight. First down run.
So a curious year how this went for Iowa, right? So they started out and they were undefeated. They climbed to number 2. But you could see, if you're watching their film, you're seeing there's some things that don't quite add up. One of those things was this offensive line, because they've got a bunch of young people up there, number 1, and then on top of being young, banged up. And so everything starts in this offensive line for the running game for Iowa.
There's Goodson trying the right side. And he crosses the 40-yard line out near the 41. It's a third down coming up. Bryce Gallagher, middle linebacker, made the tackle. Now, Iowa and Goodson picked up 2 yards in that first down play, and that's been an issue with this Iowa running game.
Yeah.
Not much, Matt, on first down this season.
No, but what you want to be able to do is get into this third and manageable. 5 and less is manageable. And so you can dump the ball off underneath, use your tight ends or your backs.
It's Goodson, and he's going to be short by about a yard. An Iowa team that rarely goes for it on fourth down. Only 2 successful fourth down conversions for the Hawkeyes in 9 attempts all year. A 4th and 1 upcoming here for Kurt Ferentz.
Yeah, nice job by this Northwestern defense. Just getting the extra numbers up there. They know they're going to run the football. They responded with an 8-man group, and then they just stopped them.
Punting unit comes on as Trevor Kent made the tackle, so Petrus and the offense grab a seat. See if Taylor can pin the Wildcats back. A 55-yard punt, his first one. This one, Jefferson makes the catch, fair catch at around the 10. A 45-yard punt. Still no score, timeout in Evanston. All Big Ten all morning next Saturday. Annie Sabo, Anthony Herron, and Brock Vereen head to Indiana for the on-campus fun. Well, Dave. Big Ten tailgate presented by Buffalo Wild Wings next Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern on the Big Ten Network, and we will be in Bloomington as well for that one next week. Rutgers and Indiana. Andrew Clare comes in at tailback now on first down for the Wildcats, and Clare, the transfer from Bowling Green, runs up the middle for about 5, tackled by Y.A. Black.
I like Clare. I think he's pretty tough, and I think he's one of those guys who can run the inside and like he can grind like he just did 5 yards right there.
Here's Clare again, looking for a cutback lane. That's not there, and that door slams shut. Be 3rd and short. Jack Campbell made the tackle yet again, along with Joe Evans.
So it looks like they're going to be playing the field position game here, both these teams, right? And so the punter becomes a big deal, and third down defense becomes a big deal.
On 3rd and 2, it's Marty. Lowers the helmet and powers forward, and he will have the first down just across the 20-yard line. So first down run for Marty. Let's check in now with Mike Hall in Chicago for a T-Mobile studio update.
Corey and Matt, they've done it again. The spoiler makers, once again, while unranked, beat a top 5 ranked team, taking down Michigan State. Second time they've done it this year, 17th time in program history. That is the most among any team in the country, and now they're in the Big Ten.
All right, Mike, thank you. So Jeff Brom and the Boilermakers do it again. On first down, that's caught near the sideline by Berkeley Holman on the reception. Let's check in downstairs with Elise.
Corey, Marty is active on the field and on the sidelines. He's a quarterback who's going around talking to his receivers, his tight ends. After that last drive, he was talking to his head coach. He had quite a few words to say with him because he even missed that phone ringing, but eventually got it. And like I said, was around his teammates.
All right, Elise, thank you. Down the sideline, Stephon Robinson with the run. Robinson, who was questionable to play tonight, got hurt against Michigan, did not play at all last week. ran that one down the near sideline for 24 yards and a first down for Northwestern.
Yeah, the whole key on that thing was just an excellent job by Andrew Clare on the outside, looked like. What a great block.
And Marty throws. And it's caught by Robinson. Well, the Wildcats love having him back. Transfer from Kansas. Los Angeles, California native. So back-to-back positive plays to Stephon Robinson.
So they can't do anything on the inside, so they're going to start throwing to the outside, which will tighten the coverage up on the backside here.
From the Hawkeye 46-yard line, Marty pressured, hit, and throws incomplete. Not a lot there at the 35-yard line. Lucas Van Ness from Barrington, Illinois. And Barrington High School brought the pressure, and now the officials chatting.
Well, he's in the process of making the throw when he's hit. I don't think he's trying to throw it away, but that's what they'll discuss, because he's not outside the pocket, and it did go at or beyond the line of scrimmage, but he wasn't outside the pocket, but he's in the process of being hit, so they did throw a flag.
Intentional grounding.
Intentional
Offense.
grounding.
Number 7 lost it down at the spot of the foul. 3rd down.
After the penalty, ball spotted on the Northwestern 48.
So it is a penalty and a grounding call on Marty.
So lost it down, and it's a 3rd down and 12.
So 3rd and 12. Back at the Northwestern 48-yard line.
Closing the middle off. And they're bringing the blitz.
Here comes the pressure. Marty hangs in there, throws, and that's nearly intercepted by Matt Hankins.
Hankins drew a bead, but the receiver kept on going. There's miscommunication there on the outside. But he just heaved it and took a guess, or the other one thought it was supposed to be a comeback or something, but he almost had a pick right there.
So a drive that began at Northwestern's 10, briefly had the ball inside Iowa territory. And now here is Adams on for his 3rd punt. Jones back inside his own 10. And Jones, a fair catch. And around the 15-yard line after a 37-yard punt. We'll take a timeout. Still scoreless first quarter at Evanston. Football on the Big Ten Network is presented by Marathon. Marathon is the official fuel of the Big Ten Conference. Marathon, driven forward. And by the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Could it be the best Coke ever? Kirk Ferentz, Pat Fitzgerald, the 2 longest tenured head coaches in the Big Ten. Back in time, young and younger looking coaches. Mutual respect between those 2 guys. Gavin Williams has his first carry here tonight for the Hawkeyes. Williams, a redshirt freshman from Altoona, Iowa. And he'll get some more reps tonight. Ivory Kelly Martin did make the trip. Might be used on special teams, but not so much in the ground game. So Williams' role increases tonight.
I didn't catch the number, but Tyler Linderbaum just got rocked on that play.
So Williams stays in after a gain of 1. Petrus, 1 of 2 passing tonight. Underneath, that's caught across the 20-yard line by Sam Laporta. Team leading 32nd catch. 3rd and short upcoming for the Hawkeyes.
So after getting beat up a week ago, what they're doing right now is short passing game, run the football, right? And so when you go to the short passing game, you have, obviously, you're not going to run any deep routes because it's going to take too much time. But that time, just 3 5-yard routes. And that's kind of tough for Petrus now, because you can jump those coverages really quick.
Iowa 0 of 2 on 3rd down tonight, on 3rd and short, and make it 0 of 3 as Petrus misfires towards the Iowa sideline. And the Hawkeyes will send the punting unit out for the 3rd time tonight.
That's the 3rd time he's thrown it in the dirt to a receiver. Not good.
So each team's had the ball 3 times. This is the 6th punt.
If you love defense, you turned it on the right game tonight.
There's Taylor. Jefferson back inside his own 30. And Jefferson, no fair catch as he hauls it in and down near the 35-yard line. Well, Saturday, December 4th, don't miss the 2021 Big Ten Football Championship presented by Discover. Only on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Both these defensive lines have been able to control the line of scrimmage.
Here's Marty. Throws in the flat. And that's caught near the line of scrimmage by Claire. And he picks up maybe one. Justin Jacobs made the tackle for the Hawkeyes.
Jacobs a bigger guy, and they have him in that kind of hybrid position. That's a heck of a play, working off the blocker and coming up and holding him to less than a yard.
Pull back in on 2nd down and 9. Instead, it's Marty trying to make a move, and that was not happening. Seth Benson was not buying the juke left, the juke right, and Benson dropped him. 3rd down.
Benson does a nice job of A, staying at home, right, and then B, doing a nice job of just getting in on those legs and getting them down, setting up this 3rd down.
Loss of 1 on the play. 3rd and 10. Marty, incomplete.
Wow, it's a rarity right there for that Iowa defense, and it worked. They walked up in that A gap, and all he's really doing is shadowing the back. But they went man coverage, tight man coverage across the board, nowhere to throw the football.
So Northwestern.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Good. And yeah, so Northwestern got the ball back. 3 and out forced by the Hawkeye defense. And here is Derek Adams on for his 4th punt. A guy that's approaching 14,000 career punting yards. This one's short. And here is Jones, and the former Deerfield Warrior has a nice return across the 40-yard line. So the Hawkeyes will have good field position, and Hawkeyes are back on the field with the offense and maybe a quarterback change. For more on that, here's Elise.
Yeah, Corey, I've been down here on the Iowa sideline, and Padilla is out there. He was throwing right in front of Petrus, and it was something that Petrus just kind of saw happening and had to accept that it's now Padilla's turn. You can just sense that this offense, they're just searching for anything to get them going right now.
All right, Elise, thank you. Great report there. Alex Padilla came in late against Wisconsin. Petrus was sacked 5 times. He was knocked around a lot, so Padilla came in and threw 6 passes, completed 3 against Wisconsin last week. And the Colorado native finds a good target in Sam Laporta. And he picks up maybe 2, brought down by Brandon Joseph.
Yeah, just nicely done by Joseph, right? Now what they're going to find is, even if he finds in the open receivers, heck, they dropped the ball, the first one on him, on Petrus. Threw a couple in the dirt. They just got to find something here. They got to get a spark.
Padilla before tonight, 4 games this season, 6 over his career. Put up great numbers at Cherry Creek High School in Colorado. Has a good pocket, throws, and a perfect strike caught inside the 40-yard line by Keegan Johnson. A guy that's been a big play target for the Hawkeyes comes into play there, 1st down Iowa.
Officials timeout.
Yeah, that's just really well done, because you can see that he steps and throws like he has to, and it just gets over the hands of the defender, and big completion. They need something. This is an offense. Look, they can get that running game going, but once they're one-dimensional, I don't care who you are, you can shut down a one-dimensional team.
Injured player right now for the Wildcats. That is number 91, Samduke Miller.
Good player over there.
So Padilla coming in on this series, a 17-yard play to Keegan Johnson, a guy that's averaging about 27 yards per catch. And the first down for the Hawkeyes with 90 seconds to go in this first quarter. Petrus right now has the red hat on. And it's Padilla's job right now to anchor this Iowa offense as Miller is slow to get up.
Number 91 down here on the bottom. You can see he's just pass rushing. And then he just, yeah, sometimes it looks like his knee just got stuck or buckled there.
And Miller tonight, his 41st career start. He was among the seniors honored on the field before the game tonight. Northwestern is celebrating Senior Day tonight, as this is the last home game at Ryan Field. Northwestern will be the home team when they take on Purdue at Wrigley Field in 2 weeks, but this is the last home game at Ryan Field of 2021, so senior night was celebrated before this one began earlier. So from the Northwestern 39-yard line, there's Goodson up the middle, and he runs in to Bryce Gallagher, attacking that gap. No gain of the play. Great stop by number 32.
Watch 32. He sees it, now just step up. There's nowhere to go. And so you had the tackle trying to pull around there. That was Connor Colby. And he got too wide. Gallagher just read it perfectly and came back inside and sets up this long yardage.
So no gain of the play. So the numbers on Gallagher this season, second on this Northwestern defense in tackles. Padilla throws down the sideline, going up and pulling it down. It's a catch inside the 15-yard line. Keegan Johnson again. The freshman, the Hawkeyes are really big on him. Makes a great catch, first down Iowa.
Yeah, and look, the coverage is very good right there. It's not like it's, Mitchell's right there. He just puts it up. He comes back and high points it. And that's a big play, something that this Iowa offense has not had.
Mentioned that Johnson averaging 27 yards per catch, that one for 26. Final 30 seconds of this opening quarter. Hawkeyes on the move, no score. A swing pass incomplete, and that's an incomplete pass. Incomplete pass, it was close. The official raced in, indicating incomplete. Coco Azuma, number 0 for Northwestern, in the vicinity there.
Yeah, he's always one of those guys. Yeah, that's a forward pass. Yeah. It was very close. But that Coco Azuma is one of those guys that I think as the season's gone on, he's gotten better and better. I think he plays well with his eyes. He takes very good angles. And he's usually around the football. That's a good sign for a safety.
Goodson the tailback on second down and 10. Goodson up the middle, has a lane, and the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa. 13-yard run for Goodson, a guy that was held out of the end zone the prior 3 games. His 6th rushing score this season, and the Hawkeyes, behind Alex Padilla, engineer a first-quarter touchdown drive.
I want you to watch the All-American Tyler Linderbaum on the inside on the double team, and he just stays with it and he follows him. All he does is drive that guy about 5 yards deep, and Goodson knows where the hole is just find number 65 Linderbaum. He'll take you there.
Extra point is up and good from Caleb Shudak. And the Hawkeyes change quarterbacks and are on the board. Alex Padilla engineering this drive. He went to the freshman Keegan Johnson not once but twice, and then into the hands of the all Big Ten back Tyler Goodson from 13 yards out. 7-0 Iowa. Timeout late first quarter.
This is wealth. This is worth. That takes wealth. But this is worth. And that's actually worth more than you think. Don't open that. Wealth is important, and we can help you build it. But it's what you do with it that makes life worth living. Principal, for all it's worth.
7-0 Iowa, 13-yard touchdown run for Tyler Goodson, his 19th career score. As we go back to the 13-yard touchdown run, Matt.
Yeah, that's just, that's old Iowa football. You're just knocking people off the ball. Linderbaum had his guy back about 5 yards.
And Jefferson will take a knee after a few bobbles, and the Wildcats will have it from the 25-yard line. Let's take a look at tonight's scoring drive presented by Marathon. 6 plays, 58 yards, the Goodson run, and the change of quarterback, too, for the Hawkeyes there.
Makes a difference. So, all week long there was a lot of stuff going on in the papers back there in Iowa talking about what should happen. And the offensive coordinator, no good. And change the quarterback, he's no good. And the offensive line, they're struggling. And so what they did is they went back to basics, right? Run the football, get a hat on somebody, and oh, by the way, you got a spark from a new quarterback.
Can Northwestern respond? 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. Robinson in motion as Marty will keep it. And he'll twist and turn out near the 29-yard line for a gain of 4. Went down by Wagner.
Yeah, when Marty comes in the game, you have to start to defend this a little bit differently. So you have to understand that your edges are going to be threatened. And so you have to play as a defensive end now. You're going to have to just kind of stay home a little bit more, turn things back inside because his legs can get you.
That's the end of the first quarter. The 83rd meeting between Northwestern and Iowa. Hawkeyes scoring late. Tyler Goodson, a 13-yard touchdown run. We go to the second, 7-0 Iowa. A nice group getting ready for the Northwestern-Nebraska matchup in Dublin next season. The countdown continues as we start the second quarter in Evanston. 7-0 Iowa. That's a run up the middle for Evan Hull.
That's the largest city in the world, Dublin. You know why? Because it's always Dublin, lad.
On third down, it's short. Mangieri in motion.
Trying to get him to jump.
And Marty will try himself.
Looks like he's gonna get it. Depends if it's a right foot or a left foot. That's a first.
That's a first down.
All he has to do is break that plane, right? Of that 35-yard line. He just has to touch it, and it's a first.
Marty using that big body, 6'3", 224, senior from Cincinnati. Only rallied Northwestern back week 3 at Duke before he hurt his shoulder. And now has a pocket. Time. Deep shot looking for Robinson, but that's red. Jumped and picked off by Dane Belton.
Belton played it perfectly. Stayed on his hip exactly like he wanted him to. And the ball had too much air under it, and Belton was able to come underneath and make that pick. Not only a league leading, but nationally, the 17th pick leads the entire country.
With this Hawkeye defense for Belton alone, that's his 3rd this season. Right in front of Robinson. And Marty throws the pick, and the Hawkeyes get the ball back inside their own 20, leading 7-0.
Had too much air under that ball, and it kind of fell short, and it was taken advantage of.
So here comes Padilla for his second try. Was 4 of 5 passing on his first series, and now makes it 5 of 6 as he swings it out to Tyrone Tracy Jr.
He won't quit. I like that. There's Dane. Nice job.
You mentioned the numbers, Matt. And the Hawkeye defense dominating in terms of interceptions this season. But look at Iowa the last 5 years. More than Clemson, more than Alabama. Adding to that with the pick from Belton a moment ago. On the slant, throws low, intended for Tracy, incomplete.
Had him too.
Elise, what do you have?
Who's right up against the sideline right now? Petrus, who's right next to Padilla on the bench. Petrus, who is smiling really big after the touchdown. Petrus and Kirk Ferentz had a couple of words with him on the sidelines during that last drive. You could just tell words of encouragement. They continue just to be there for each other and encourage each other despite that quarterback change, guys.
All right, Elise, thank you. So 3rd down and 7 now for Padilla. Set high school passing records, yards thrown, touchdowns thrown in high school, and fires a dart over the middle. That's Goodson. Great throw from Padilla. 1st down, Iowa.
Yeah, what I want you to see is watch how fast. Set the feet, throw, boom. And that umpire had to get out of the way or he was going to have his head taken off, but he knew exactly where he wanted to go. Once he made the decision, step and throw, the ball came out really quickly and with a little zip on it. Well done by Padilla.
Threw for more than 5,000 yards at Cherry Creek High School and nearly 70 touchdowns in his prep career. 19-yard play, 1st down, high snap, controlled by Padilla, and he'll throw this one over his own bench.
That was smart, right? Throw that thing away. He saw the defender right in front of him. It was just going to be a hit for probably a loss. So you just get rid of it and live for another down. That's smart football.
Iowa so far, this is the Hawkeyes' 5th drive of the game. First 3 drives, not much. With Petrus, quarterback change, Padilla came in. Last drive led to the touchdown. And now a good-looking drive here for the sophomore.
So much of this game, especially in college football, is all about confidence. And once you start grabbing onto a little bit, it can take you a long way. Let's see if they can capitalize on it.
On the 39 and 2nd down at 10. Here's Goodson. Lot of space. Big hole. Sideline. Goodson. 25. Knocked down near the 20. Sam Laporta laid a big block. 84. 1st down, Iowa.
Yeah, he got the block, and then I'll tell you, Hampton did a great job of taking an angle to get Goodson. Goodson had the sideline the whole way. Watch this angle right there. That's excellent job there by Hampton, or that's 6 quick.
After a 41-yard run, Goodson comes out, and Gavin Williams spells him. And here's Williams. There's that left side for a couple, brought down by Peter McIntyre. Now, Gavin Williams from the Des Moines area, Altoona, Iowa. And he finished his prep career at Dowling Catholic. That's been a really good program. Has fed into Iowa, including current teammates of Wagner, Dowling Catholic, Jack Kerner, Dowling Catholic, and now Williams. Injured Hawkeyes Mason Richmond, left tackle. And while the Hawkeye trainers look at him, we'll step aside early 2nd quarter in Evanston. His offensive coordinator, tight end coach Brian Ferentz, as his team huddled up on the sideline. Hawkeyes on the move, leading 7-0. And Mason Richmond came out, left tackle. And Jack Plum, 79, who started at right tackle against Wisconsin last week, comes in. And Tyler Goodson approaching his per-game average here in this 1st half. As Padilla sets up the screen. Keegan Johnson is it near the 1st down, and I think he got it inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Iowa.
Keegan Johnson's having himself an excellent 1st half here. Watch him make that guy miss right there. 2 guys. It's an excellent job of getting upfield and getting what's there. Sets up this 1st and goal.
Johnson before tonight, 8 catches all year. Tonight alone, 3 for 43 to lead the team.
Let's see if they don't follow Linderbaum to the inside here.
It's Goodson, and that time well contained.
Yeah, Joe
by the purple.
Spivak right there did a nice job of getting up the field. Number 1 in the middle of that defense. That Spivak is one of those guys that you kind of root for. He looks like he's like a WWF guy, right? Like he's got high energy all the time. He's always got something to say. He's one of those guys who fires you up around. He wears that coveted number 1 jersey, and he goes 100 miles an hour. It's fun to watch.
From the walk-on, a guy that does want to have a WWE career when it's all said and done. Now the end around. Inside the 5, keeping his feet, diving for the goal line. That is going to be a touchdown for Arlen Bruce, the 4th.
Are you sure it's not the third?
It's the fourth, and he's in. Touchdown, Iowa.
That's a great effort. I mean, not a good effort. That was a great effort. Keeping his balance, getting his hand down, and then making and getting the score. He had a nice block by Pottebaum, and I watch him keep on going. Just doesn't quit. That's just great effort.
A.J. Hampton had a chance to bring him down, could not do it, and Arlen Bruce, the fourth, kept the legs going, got his hand down, and found the end zone.
Maybe it's just IV.
And the extra point is up and good. So Iowa back-to-back scoring drive. This one set up by a Dane Belton pick. And then Tyler Goodson, the ground game is working, a 41-yard run down the sideline. And then Arlen Bruce,
the fourth,
in the end zone for the second time. 14-0. Back-to-back scoring drives for the Hawkeyes, and both scores coming on the ground. It was Goodson and now Arlen Bruce adding to it. 14-0 Iowa. The early second quarter. And a fair catch. Again, Northwestern, they don't return too many. And
Corey, I want you to watch this. This is at home. Look, you never quit. You keep on coming. Watch Pottebaum. He had him once, and then just took him and drove him into the end zone. And then that was worthy enough to take that helmet off to expose. Yes.
Great.
That.
Great look. Fantastic look. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Scenic.
I think from the ear forward, a little Nordic. From the ear backwards, a little, I don't know what. What is that?
It's fun. It's fun. Evan Hall spins away once, still fighting. Nice hard run. There is a flag back at the 21-yard line. But Evan Hall, that was a hard fought 7 yards, but pending the flag.
Holding offense, number 89, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Second holding penalty on Northwestern and Pat Fitzgerald tonight.
You're going to watch him. Let's see where we get the hold out of there right there on Van Valkenburg. And is that the tight end? Yep.
Mangieri. Yeah, Charlie Mangieri, the tight end.
So it's 1st and 20.
Down to the 15-yard line. Empty backfield for Marty. It's Evan Hall.
Oh, good tackle, open field.
Iowa just swarms right at him. Seth Benson got there, then Van Valkenburg. And once Hall caught this ball, space limited.
Yeah, and so watch, this is perfect by Benson. See how he took that angle away? He tried to leverage that. He's going to try to come back inside. He comes inside out. Watch this. Really well done, right? Almost got away, but a nice job by Benson to be able to set up this second down.
The loss of one of the play. Timeout for Marty. Nowhere to go, so he just tucks that head down and dives near the 21-yard line. Again, Benson there on the stop.
Benson's having a good first half. He's been in on a lot of tackles. He's one of those guys, when he was offered, Kirk Ferentz offered him, and he said he was just a good football player. He just looked like one of those guys that, didn't really stand out physically, but they got him bigger, faster, stronger, and now he's playing really good football.
On 3rd down at 14. Marty steps up, and a perfectly thrown ball. That's a catch made by Malik Washington. First time we called his name tonight across the 40-yard line. First down, Wildcats. Good throw.
Nice job being able to see the field right down the middle, and there's nobody in the middle of the field. He gained leverage on his coverage, and Marty threw it right where it had to be.
Northwestern has had a positive play, quick tempo. They're not wasting much time as Marty throws. That ball came out. Robinson caught it then. It's going to be ruled incomplete. And look at Kirk Ferentz, and look at that Iowa sideline. Irate. Ferentz believes that was a catch and a fumble. He punched it out. Incomplete pass.
Well, let's see. Does he have control? He looks like he has control. The balls.
Seth Benson got there to knock it out.
So there's 3 elements to that, right? So you have to have control, do something with it. Apparently, they didn't believe he didn't complete one of those things.
Well, incomplete, so Marty rolling and throws. That's caught across the 45-yard line by Washington. His second catch tonight, brought down by Belton. Let's go back to the controversial play a moment ago. Third down upcoming.
Okay, so you have to have control, and then a body part has to be down. That's for a catch, right? And then you have to be able to do something with it, like a football move or something. He's just going to try to get down. Ooh, boy,
football moves a spin forward.
Yeah,
to me,
absolutely.
On 3rd and 3.
Nobody out there.
Hall dives across midfield. He'll be about a half-yard shy. That's close. Will be 4th down, and let's see if Pat Fitzgerald is going to keep his offense out there.
Dane Belton makes this play. I mean, he came from nowhere, sets up this 4th and short. Now,
going for it.
They've been quarterback sneaking this thing and getting push.
See Northwestern 9 out of 19 on 4th down this year. This is 4th and 1. And they hand it off. Washington hit once, twice, and then 3rd effort. The surge is going to be close. The Hawkeyes had him not once, not twice, but Washington refused to go down. That 3rd effort made this awfully close.
For measurement.
And they will measure.
I think he got it. I mean, we're perfectly aligned right here.
Van Valkenburg missed first. Then it was Campbell, the second opportunity for the Hawkeyes to make that stop. So on 4th and 1, Mike Bajakian, the offensive coordinator, goes with a sweep. And here's the measurement. And a first down. Just got it by the nose of the football. And the effort there from Washington keeps this drive alive. Matt, down 14.
That's a phenomenal effort. I mean, watch, he just won't quit, right? And then he tries to split those other two. And, oh, that's just a great
Rolling
effort.
on the field of a first downs under further review.
It's under further review. So they're going to see where the ball is when his knee hits. Right there. Ooh. Did he surge after that is the question. He wasn't down there. He wasn't down there. The knee down right there. It's where the ball is when his knee hits right there.
And that's short of the 50. You know,
let's see if right here is a better look.
And he had to reach the 49. The 49 of Iowa.
Knee down. Ooh, he's not over it. Knee down right there, and the ball at the best is over that 50. That's
all right. Let's head to Los Angeles and bring in Dean Blandino. Now, Dean, the optics look like he's short, but by rule, you need clear and convincing video evidence to overturn this call, which is for now a first down. Do we have that here?
Yeah, I like the way you guys are working through this, and I'm about to hire you as replay officials in the Big Ten. You've got to piece a couple of angles together. You find the knee down and then the ball. Looks like he is short. I like this angle for the knee. He needed the 49. The ball is probably about a half-yard short. So again, to me, it's close, but you piece those angles together, you can make the ball short.
All right, so I think you're right, Dean. I think this view right here by our crew, great job by our crew. I think this is the one. You know, this one, Matt, you see all those white jerseys, but I think the previous one, you can make out where the knee is down, and you can see the 50. All right, the knee's there.
What I like about this angle is you can see that after the knee is down, then he surges.
All right, here's the call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Ruling on the field stands. First down. To me, do you go back to clear and convincing? By rule, do you need to see that? And was there that clear and convincing look? Even though you try to piece it together, you thought about it. But Ferentz with a wow and surprised and a whoa, and he thought that the ball was going to go back his way. Instead, first down Northwestern.
Yeah, once they make the decision, just play football. Move on.
Bobbled that snap, and Marty fortunately got it back, but then took a hit from Deontay Craig, who's back healthy this week for the Hawkeyes after missing the last 2 games with a leg injury.
I think Marty's gaining some confidence here as he goes. I mean, they needed points. They needed points, and they needed to get out in front early, and they haven't done that. But he has played pretty darn good. I think he's gaining some confidence as he goes here.
Robinson in motion on 2nd down at 13. Marty takes a hit, and there is nobody there. Pressure from Joe Evans, and he's gotten home a couple of times already tonight, 3rd and long.
Yeah, nice job by Joe Evans. That's just great effort coming off that block and working to the inside. And sets up this 3rd and long. Evans did a great job off that edge. Slipped it to the inside and got his hands up and made a hit. Sets up this 3rd down.
Evans, a junior from Ames, Iowa, was a quarterback in high school. A really good defensive player. Marty pumps, still looking, and now just throws it away.
That was smart. Set up a 4th down. There's nobody open. He had coverage down the field, nothing underneath, so just live for another day. Tell you, the guy who's playing pretty well though right now is Skoronski, that left tackle. They are not getting any pressure off that left side at all.
So another punt as Jones is back deep for the Hawkeyes inside his own 10. And Derek Adams already his 5th punt. Fair catch for Jones. Right around the 15-yard line. 37-yard punt. Iowa ball up 14. Timeout in Evanston. Strength with this Iowa defense, and we've already seen that ourselves tonight. Generating turnovers and then turning those turnovers into points. Iowa 3rd among all FBS teams before tonight, trailing Middle Tennessee State and Cincinnati at 78 and counting as the Hawkeyes have the ball back. Leading 14-0, 3rd series now for Alex Padilla. Came in for the starter, Spencer Petras. Late 1st quarter. And Gavin Williams, the tailback. Padilla throws, and a perfectly thrown ball that's caught. And that'll be a 1st down to Charlie Jones. Junior from nearby Deerfield with his 14th catch this season, 1st tonight.
Tyler Linderbaum's one of those guys that is just really good. What makes him good? He's got great awareness, got short area quickness, and he resets with his hands and hips exceptionally well. He's a former wrestler, right? So wrestlers usually are very competitive, which he is, and they always have their hips and leverage are always in great position. This Iowa football team loves to recruit wrestlers, right?
Charge time
and so
out, Iowa.
they have a 3rd of their starters have wrestled in high school.
Speaking of Linderbaum, as Iowa calls its 1st time out, there he is right there.
So I love high school wrestlers who are also football players. I think really every football player should be in the wrestling room at some point. If you learn the basics, right? Hands inside. You learn how to leverage with your hips, understand what leverage means. Linderbaum he'll be a really high pick. He's a very good player. And heck, it wouldn't surprise me that he rolled around a little bit in that Iowa wrestling room, but just for the record, I think they sold out yet again. Look here's the 1st round.
This is 2016.
Yeah, not a lot of them. It's a tough position. He could probably be one.
Yeah, Pat Fitzgerald said about Linderbaum this week, not just the best center in the Big Ten, but the best in the country. Tyrone Tracy Jr. with the catch. And Gallagher trying to rip that up, but Tracy hangs on to it. 1st down, Iowa. It's been a frustrating run here for Tyrone Tracy. Has not gotten the ball too much this season, but Padilla has found him a couple of times tonight.
You know what I like about Tracy? That kid is tough, and he will not quit. And you see that every time he gets the ball, right? He refuses to go down. You're going to have to just, gang tackle him or something, because he's not going down with one guy. I love his attitude and the way he plays.
Well, Padilla throws a great football, Matt. He's now 8 of 11 passing, 87 yards. He's spreading it out a little bit.
He's gaining confidence.
Bruce in motion as Padilla this time pressured it down. He goes. A sack out of Tamiwa Adebawore, number 99, with his 4th sack this season, 7th of his career.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about at the start of the show, is Adebawore, and he had to win against these tackles, right? So now this is a 5-step drop. Didn't look like he's able to set his feet much at all. Adebawore came off that, got himself a sack, but those things that you got to be able to, have that 5-step drop and be able to complete that, have some time. It's on your tackles.
Iowa, it's an offensive line that has had challenging times keeping the defense out of the backfield. And that's incomplete, too high for Gavin Williams. But before tonight, the Hawkeyes had allowed 25 sacks this season, most that the Hawkeyes had allowed as a team since 2017. There's still a month left of football to be played here.
Yeah, they've had problems up front. And look, there's a lot of talk in the papers back there about, whose fault is it and all this stuff, and coming off of 2 losses. And I would say the biggest thing is they still don't have that offensive line set, right? They got young guys up there. They're still just kind of a little green. I think they'll be fine in time, but right now they're still trying to find how to play.
3rd down and 15. It's a run for Williams. And he'll be well short of the 1st down, brought down by Bryce Gallagher. 11 tackle performance against Minnesota last week, 4th down.
So when you see that, what the coach is saying is, look, I like what my defense is doing. I like my matchup. We're just going to run this thing and turn it over and let the defense handle the thing.
So Iowa will punt it away to J.J. Jefferson. Hawkeyes will get the ball first to begin the 2nd half. Can Northwestern, all 3 timeouts, out to drive. Taylor's averaging about 48 yards per punt already tonight. He's got a big leg. And now, pressure coming, and it's blocked. It's loose. Northwestern makes a play. It's scooped up by the Wildcats, and Northwestern makes a big play. A block punt, and then it was Nairo that picked it up for the Wildcats. And Northwestern needed a spark. They get it on special teams. And here come the Wildcats down 14.
He came through untouched. Nobody got him. Nobody even bumped him.
It was Nairo who picked it up, who also blocked it.
Correct. Yeah, just a great job. I mean, it's a great effort by Nairo of having wherewithal also to get up and get on his horse and try to get this thing. And now you're going to have Iowa with its back against the wall here. They excelled a week ago in this situation. Let's see if they can repeat.
There's Marty. And the pile builds inside the 10-yard line. So Nairo from Barrington, Illinois, makes the special teams play, had the block, and then picked it up. Wildcats needed a spark. Can Northwestern capitalize now? 2nd down and goal. Hall to tailback. Here is Hall. And nothing there. The Iowa defense swarms the sophomore from the Minneapolis area.
So now it's 3rd down. So on this offense, look, the one thing that you can't account for is the quarterback's legs, right? So use them. And so you might want to roll on this thing. You got to put pressure on the defense and allow the receivers to be able to work the back end, right? And so the way to do that is move this quarterback. And then if it's not there, he can go with his own feet.
Now some movement and a flag. Iowa jumped. There was some contact. Logan Lee, 85. He jumped.
Offside. Defense, number 97, entered the neutral zone, causing the offense to react.
A Lee jumped, but so did 97 Zach Van Valkenburg.
Well, one begets the other, right? So Lee jumps inside, and Van Valkenburg kind of follow suit. You're kind of tightly wound down there.
Smart there for Marty with the hard count there to set up now 3rd and goal, but inside the 5. Marty throws, end zone, he was there, but too high, incomplete. Intended for Marshall Legg. He was open, but too high, 4th down.
They're keeping him on the field. I think you need to use his legs. He's got good legs, man. Put pressure on this defense. Put them in a guessing situation, like get on the edge and make them have to make a decision.
And Northwestern has all 3 timeouts, and they will use 1 to talk about this crucial 4th and goal decision. And we will take a timeout when we come back. 4th and goal for the Wildcats, down 14 in Evanston. Defensive coordinator, secondary coach Phil Parker. His defense has played so well this season. Hawkeyes allowing only 16 points per game. Well, Northwestern was going to go for it on 4th and goal, but now they bring in Charlie Kubander for a short kick.
Well, they always say the first points are the hardest ones on the board. Just going to be a 22-yard field goal here.
Kubander 4 of 9 on the year, and that kick is up and good. So Pat Fitzgerald settles for 3 points. So Kubander from 22 yards out. That's a 14-3 game. We'll take a 30-second timeout as the Wildcats are on the board. Field goal for Kubander.
Carvana's had a lot of firsts. 100% online car buying, car vending machines, and now putting you in control of your financing. At Carvana, get personalized terms, browse for cars that fit your budget, then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made-up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking, it only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana, the new way to buy a car.
I'll stick around for the halftime report presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Dave, Jerry, Howard, and Joshua will take you through the first half highlights and get you up to speed and all that transpired today around the Big Ten, and what a day it was. All coming up on the halftime report presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
I can do that.
It's easy.
Yeah, not a problem.
Core strength, Matt. Core strength right there.
I can do that with one hand tied behind me.
Would you like the call there to settle for 3 there?
Yeah, the first points are the hardest ones to put on the board. And they also know that Iowa defense just won right there, right? They just crushed them, gave them nowhere to go. Kind of like this runner right here on this kickoff.
Jones nowhere to go indeed, brought down near the 12 by Nairo, who made the big play on the block punt a moment ago, makes the tackle there and ripped away from the piles. It's chatting between the 2 teams with 2:04 to go. So Alex Padilla will operate and run the 2-minute drill. He's played well, man, since coming in for Petrus.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about that last drive. I would have liked to have seen them get Marty on the run, right? That always puts your defense in conflict as you as a defender, whether to come up and get the quarterback or stay back in the coverage. Somebody always cracks.
Petrus struggled first couple of series tonight. Cook Ferentz made the change late first quarter, and it's been Padilla since as he rolls and throws, and that is a catch near the 20-yard line. Great throw, and that's caught again by Keegan Johnson. Elise, what do you have?
Somduke Miller, guys, for Northwestern is out for the rest of the game. He went in for x-rays. It's a lower body injury, so it is a tough way for him to end his senior night.
That's too bad. Somduke Miller out for the rest of the game. Elise, thanks for that. On 1st and 10, Goodson across the 25, run down by Chris Bergen. Haven't said Bergen's name much tonight.
No, not very much at all. And Chris Bergen's one of those guys who's usually, last week he had, 19 tackles or something like that. It's just a very, very active player.
There is Chris Bergen, leading tackler on this Northwestern defense, averaging about 12 tackles per game. Iowa in no rush. A minute to go, 2 timeouts. Padilla throws. That's caught by Laporte, and he wisely is out of bounds.
This looks like a different offense right now with Padilla in there. Yeah, they're going the short passing game. They haven't pushed things down the field. And they're getting a little more confidence with this offensive line and their pass protection. But they've run the ball well, and with Padilla, they've thrown the ball pretty well. He's been accurate, and the ball comes out quick.
Just 16 passes over his career, covering 6 games before tonight. Padilla here tonight, 10 out of 14, 117. Padilla time, and that's caught by Nico Reganey.
That's smart.
And he's out of bounds. Matt around the 39.
Again, underneath, short crossing route, running away from your cover. You can use your speed across the field as well as vertical. Reganey does a nice job, gets out of bounds, stops the clock, and sets up with the second and short. Second, about 5 or so.
First catch for Reganey. Padilla has now used 6 different receivers. Along with Petrus tonight, 6 different Iowa players have caught a pass tonight. High snap. And it's a run. Let's see if the Hawkeyes maybe use a timeout here.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd necessarily like that call, but you could still use the center of the field in the passing game and stop the clock. But
why not use a timeout here?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Why waste all this time if you're going to run it up the middle? And now
he did.
And now the Hawkeyes do call a timeout. They let some precious seconds tick off the clock here. So a 30-second timeout will step aside as well. Weekdays stay in the know on all things Big Ten as Dave Repson leads an in-depth discussion and talks with some of the conference's biggest names. Big Ten today, weekdays at noon Eastern on the Big Ten Network. 14-3 Iowa.
There's Brian Ferentz on the left and his dad. Kirk on the right.
There's Kirk Ferentz on the right. Brian Ferentz on the left. So play is going to be halted here with 34 seconds. There is a demonstration going on.
Is that what that is?
That would be a demonstration going on right now, all the way inside the Northwestern 25-yard line or so. And that's what's transpiring right now. Well, and that's halting play here late in our second quarter.
I mean, if they want me to go down and get him off there, I'll do it. I mean,
so we'll take a quick break. 34 seconds to go until halftime. So delay here in Evanston with 34 seconds to go. 14-3 Iowa.
You can hear the boos coming from the crowd wanting to get this group up.
So you can see that the players remain in the field. Western on inside line, Iowa across the way. And now the demonstration is ending. But some signs remain in the field that is going to be taken care of. So we will have resumption of play here momentarily. Well, Tuesday basketball returns, and you can see the Wildcats in action against Eastern Illinois on the Big Ten Plus app, and the Hawkeyes on the floor as part of a Big Ten Network triple header, all coming up this week. Chris Collins and the Wildcats begin their season. And McCaffrey and the Hawkeyes with an exhibition win last night against Slippery Rock. All coming up, Big Ten basketball returning this week. Looking forward to that. 14-3 in favor of Iowa, Matt.
Yeah, just going back, I think that 8 seconds, they'd love to have that back on the clock.
Waiting to call the timeout.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So Iowa 1 timeout left on 3rd down and 1. Here's a run for Gavin Williams, and he is still not down yet. Great effort from the redshirt freshman Gavin Williams. His role increasing tonight with Ivory Kelly Martin out.
Watch Golby right there. Connor Golby just keeps on giving him an extra push and got him another 10 yards.
19 seconds and counting. 1 timeout left. Padilla throws, and that's caught. And Williams makes a move. He's brought down inbounds at the 42. And Iowa's going to burn its last timeout. So a 30-second timeout will step aside as well. 14-3.
Final timeout.
No timeouts left for Iowa, leading 14-3. As the Hawkeyes are moving towards the side zone now. Wind may play a factor here as we go to the let's go back to look at earlier at pregame and how the wind was playing a factor. As the ball goes up into that south end zone, and you can see it completely drops down. So that impact some decisions here as Shudak has a career long of 51 against Iowa State. But now Northwestern is going to call a timeout.
Their second.
So the second Wildcat timeout taken. So we'll take another 30-second break. Will we see Shudak before halftime? We'll find out. 14-3 Iowa. 2nd and 6. 11 seconds to go, Matt, until halftime. And the Hawkeyes with no timeouts.
Yeah, so what they're going to have to do is they can use the whole field, right? And so they just have to get a first down that'll stop the clock. Then they can even clock it and get that team in. Then they can take a shot at the field goal.
There's 2nd down and 6. Hit throws incomplete. Pressured by Netanyahu Adabare. And they're saying that ball is live.
No, that should.
And this is returned right now by Rod Hurd III.
And guess who made the tackle? The most competitive guy on the field, Linderbaum. Now that ball came, his arm was forward. That should be an incomplete pass.
Back to the spot of the fumble. First down. The ruling on the field is a fumble by the quarterback.
So it has been ruled a fumble.
Let's see this. Arms coming forward.
The ruling on the field of a fumble is under further review.
Adabare came from the inside to pressure Padilla.
Yeah. So he does hit his arm, but his arm's coming forward as he started the motion going forward, and you could see he actually fell through with it. And so I think that's an incomplete pass. What does Dean think?
Rod Hurd III is the one that picked it up, and credit Northwestern, they didn't hear a whistle, so they kept on playing. And so this has been ruled a fumble, and with 3 seconds to go and the wind at the back of Northwestern, this sets up a potential field goal try here for Charlie Kubander if the call stands. Let's bring in Dean Blandino now from Los Angeles. Dean, it's been ruled a fumble. What do you think here?
Yeah, it certainly looks like an incomplete pass, and it's the hand coming forward with control. That starts the forward pass. And again, they're going to have to determine, did it start to come loose? Because he was contacted just as the hand came forward. To me, this is a pass, but again, they let the previous play stand because they said
it was a forward pass. It's incomplete. 3rd down at the previous
All right, Dean, thank you. So
Please
Matt
reset
and
the
Dean
game
both
clock
thought incomplete
to
pass,
7
and that's
seconds.
the call. The call is reversed.
So it goes back. So look, it only took 4 seconds, so you can have another 4-second play here. He can use like I said, use the middle of the field. It's fine. The clock will stop as they move the chains for the first down, and then you got to get up in the field, on the line of scrimmage, and you got to clock this thing right away.
So no timeouts. 3rd down and 6. 7 seconds to go until halftime from the 43-yard line. And Northwestern calls its final timeout. Another 30-second break. 3rd and 6 when we come back. Now Caleb Shudak still hoping to be part of the events here before halftime 51 yards, season and career long. That was against Iowa State, the Cyhawk game earlier in the year.
So they'd have to get the ball to about the, let's see, to 30.
It's the 34-yard line to try to match, but into the wind. Remember, into the wind in this direction.
Yeah. So they changed their defense and they're going to play with a regular cover too. Ball got to come out quick. They threw it away. Yeah. So that's now you're going to take a shot to the end zone. The previous play, before they took the timeout, they were setting up for a deep shot, right? And so they had everybody back deep and nobody in the intermediary. And so they came back and they played just a regular cover 2, and it forced them to have to do that, throw it out of bounds.
Let's see if Northwestern maybe just brings 3 and drops the rest. Likely be the final play of the half. 14-3 Iowa. Bringing some pressure, and it's a run for Goodson, and Goodson gets through and then is shoved out by Hurd, and that will end the first half here in Evanston. 14-3 Iowa at the break. Goodson a touchdown run in this first half, and Kirk Ferentz, who made a quarterback change in the opening quarter, and that sparked this Iowa offense. Alex Padilla played well in his 5th game this season, 7th of his career. And the Hawkeyes, who will get the ball first to begin the second half, have a 14-3 lead in Evanston at halftime. Goodson, 13 carries, 100 yards rushing on the ground. Speaking of the Hawkeyes and their head coach, Kirk Ferentz standing by with Elise Menaker.
Coach, you made a quarterback change in that first quarter. What led to that decision?
Yeah, the Spencer just couldn't play effectively. He tried like crazy, and tried to get back, but just couldn't play effectively.
How has your offense changed with Alex in the game?
We're still playing same offense, same guys outside of the quarterback, obviously. So, we got the run game going a little bit. That certainly helped, and Alex made a couple good plays. 2 of the young kids made nice plays too.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you, Elise.
All right, Coach Ferentz, Elise, we thank you. So that will do it for the first half. At the break, 14-3 in favor of the Hawkeyes. After the break, we'll check in with Dave and the guys. The Reese's Peanut Butter Cup halftime show. Welcome back. Second half here from Evanston, the 2 longest tenured head coaches in the Big Ten. Kirk Ferentz and the Hawkeyes with the 14-3 lead over Pat Fitzgerald and the Wildcats. It'll be Iowa football to begin the second half of play.
So what we said at the start of the game was the team that could get their running game going, right? We talked about Evan Hall, and we also talked about Tyler Goodson. And the Iowa Hawkeyes offensive line has responded. Goodson over 100 yards in the first half.
Here's Charlie Jones looking to reverse field. And Jones is brought down across the 20-yard line by Ray Nairo. As we look at our first half stats presented by AT&T, and you mentioned the ground game, 128, Matt, for the Hawkeyes in the first half. They came in averaging 105 per game, have surpassed that already tonight.
And you can see the difference when Padilla came in, and right away, they got 130 yards. That's not a big number, but they got enough out of the passing game to give them some balance in this offense.
So Padilla will hand it off to Good, looking for a cutback lane. That there slammed shut by Peter McIntyre. Now starts with Elise Menaker.
Pat Fitzgerald telling me just a few minutes ago that he goes, look, Iowa's defense is good, but we're making them look really good. He said, we have had mental errors. We aren't catching passes. We're dropping balls. So what he said at halftime to his team, be disciplined. You have to execute. And as for them on Padilla in the game, he says, really not just changed. Well, maybe a heads up for more quarterback runs, but other than that, it's pretty much the same.
All right, Elise, thank you. Last year's meeting, Northwestern was down 17-0, rallied to win. They're down by 11 here at halftime, and flags come in flying, intended for Johnson. Cam Mitchell on the coverage.
That's going to be interference. Keegan Johnson's had himself a nice night here so far tonight. He had a good first half, a couple big plays.
Number 2, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
We got to that one just a little bit too late, but it looked like it was contact. He has to slow down, and that was really close. Yeah.
Keegan Johnson, 4 catches, 61 yards. And now 1st and 10 for the Hawkeyes from the 35. Goodson trying to reverse field as Northwestern stretches that out well nicely. Chris Bergen and Jeffrey Pooler Jr. combined on the stop. 2nd down. Northwestern 3-5, 1-4 in Big Ten play. The Hawkeyes have dropped their last 2, seeking win number 7 and win number 4 in that tightly packed Big Ten Western Division. On 2nd down and 11. This is Gavin Williams. Brought down shy of the 39-yard line by Bergen again.
Gavin Williams just lowered his shoulders on that one and is going to set up this 3rd and about 6. This is the time when you need Adebawore to be able to get some pressure. You got to be able to get some pressure on the quarterback.
And Northwestern, a team that has struggled mightily on 3rd down defense. They've done a good job collectively tonight. The Hawkeyes 2 out of 7 on 3rd down. And this is a 3rd and 6.
Playing some tight coverage.
As Padilla, deep shot down the sideline, incomplete at the 25-yard line. Intended for Charlie Jones.
That's just a straight 9 route. That's nothing, just going up the field. Gonna try to use his speed to get on top, and he does get on top of him.
A little tug there from Rod Hurd, 24. Thought he grabbed that jersey there from Jones, but no flag. And Northwestern will get the ball back. Now the Wildcats, they blocked 1 punt in the first half of Taylor. And Jefferson, no return, and that one's going to go bounds. As the official will spot this at the 20. So a 41 punt. And we'll see the Wildcats face the Hawkeye defense for the first time here in the 2nd half. Let's take a look at tonight's Built for Success presented by Rocket Mortgage. And we focus on the coaches. Most consecutive seasons with one school. Kirk Ferentz 23, Pat Fitzgerald in his 16th season, tied for the 4th longest tenure in FBS with Rick Stockstill from Middle Tennessee State. Here's Evan Hull. Tries the left side for about 3. Now that look at the longest tenure coaches among FBS programs, that took a different look this week with Gary Patterson. You know, being dismissed at TCU, but then without Patterson, TCU today upsets Baylor.
Yeah, it was shocking. I'm a big Gary Patterson fan. I've known him for a long time. That's a good football coach.
A job he did for a long time in Texas. And that's a catch. It'll be near 1st down.
Going to give 3rd and 1 right here.
And Marshall Lang, type 6th catch of the season.
I think if I were Northwestern, I would use the legs of my quarterback more than they have been. Anytime you can put defense in indecision, it creates a problem.
On 3rd and 1 movement.
It's going to go against the offense. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
Offense number 69, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
It's on Charlie Schmidt. That's a huge instead of 3rd and 1.
Oh yeah, it's a big deal. Look, against this defense, and this is a stingy defense, man. They have begrudgingly giving up yards. And they're down a guy, it looks like. No, they are. They're all right.
Robinson in motion on 3rd down and 6 for Marty. Pressure coming, picked up, and that's thrown high, incomplete. intended for J.J. Jefferson.
Campbell was right there on the coverage on that crossing route. I didn't like the route anyway. It's run short. Even if it's complete, you're 3 yards short.
We asked offensive coordinator Mike Bajakian this week about Mark. And when he is on the move, does he still keep his eyes downfield? Haven't seen too much from Marty tonight.
Well, we really haven't seen him on the move very
Right.
much. I'm surprised. I mean, that's one of his strengths.
We're to the 6th punt for Derek Adams. And a low, short kick.
Otherwise known as ugly.
And that's going to be down at around the 45-yard line. So a short punt sets up Iowa nicely. Timeout in Evanston. And downtown Chicago, not too far from here in Evanston. Take the nice trip down south, Lakeshore Drive. To Chicago, come north to beautiful Evanston. Championship Sunday, the Big Ten Network begins at Easter with the Big Ten Field Hockey Tournament Championship. Then at 2, a champion crowned in the Women's Soccer Tournament. It's all tomorrow on the 10 Network and the Fox Sports app. Field position for the Hawkeyes, leading 14-3 on the boot. Padilla rolls, throws, and that's caught by Bruce, and then takes a huge hit, and flags come in flying. So Bruce caught it. Joseph lowered the boom on the receiver, but Bruce knew it.
Well, let's see if we got up into that head and neck area, because I don't think it wasn't like he was exposed or anything. That's a heck of a hit.
Personal foul, targeting, defense, number 16.
We should see that in slow motion if we can.
And nothing with the helmet of the crowd. That was shoulder.
All the way.
As we slow it down here.
That's a shoulder. It's neck area. I get it, but let me see this again.
I think contact's in the shoulder, Matt.
Oh, yeah, I completely agree with you.
Joseph comes in. There's some helmet contact there.
Yeah. He looked like he tried to turn his head away from that, too. He could be in a defenseless position right there. Does he have time to? That's slowed down a lot.
All right, so targeting has been ruled in the field, being looked at. Let's bring in Dean Blandino now from Los Angeles. Dean, it's been ruled targeting. Will this stand?
So start with defenseless players. So if there's forcible contact to the head neck area and there's an attacking type posture. So if you watch the defender, it looks like he's leading with the shoulder, and there does appear to be contact with the shoulder to the body. There was one angle where it looked like there was some forcible contact to the head neck area. This might be the angle here. Watch the helmets collide on this angle. And again, in replay, if they cannot confirm all elements, if it's not clear, they have to overturn. To me, this does look like the elements are there.
All right, Dean, thank you. So targeting.
Dean, you got a haircut, huh?
So, Brandon.
After review,
Brandon Joseph,
there is no foul for targeting. Player number 16 may remain in the game. It is first down.
So no targeting. No targeting. And Pat Fitzgerald was surprised that was called in the first place, but Brandon Joseph, a really good player, was an All-American last year, had 2 picks against Spencer Petras in the matchup last year. So he stays in the game. It was a heck of a catch, though, by Bruce.
It was a heck of a hit, too.
And now a run here for Goodson as he stretches out near the 40-yard line, brought down by Gallagher after a gain of about 4.
And nicely done by Gallagher, because there was a lot of room behind him. Did a good job getting off the block, making the play.
So Alex Padilla, his 5th game this season. An offensive line that's been criticized, it's been banged up. Justin Britt, right guard's been hurt. Cody Ince, left guard, he's been hurt. Now Padilla throws, a pocket, a window, and a catch, and a great run. There's Bruce again.
I'm liking this kid. I wonder what the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd were like, because the 4th is killing it. This kid's tough.
From Olathe, Kansas, but his prep program did not play high school ball his senior year, so he then went to Ankeny, Iowa, which is a football power. and finished his high school career in Ankeny, and he's had a great night. Padilla, time underneath. That's caught by Keegan Johnson. And he's brought down at around the 18-yard line by Brandon Joseph. So we're seeing Padilla, Matt, the sophomore, and he's looking to underclassmen tonight. Keegan Johnson, freshman. And then Arlen Bruce, the fourth, freshman. So we're seeing some younger guys make some big plays here tonight for the Hawkeyes.
He's probably, those are the guys that he's been thrown to at practice. They're probably the guys that he's most comfortable with. Having said all that, the biggest thing is he has, look, they needed a spark. They needed something to keep them going. They made the switch, and he's done that.
2nd and 3 on the sweep. Here's Jones looking for the corner. He's got it. Great speed and a hurdle. First down for Charlie Jones.
This looks, look, they have balance right now, right? They've got very good balance. So they're running on the outside. They're running on inside. They're throwing the ball. They're protecting. All that stuff adds up, and Padilla has been a big difference.
Hawkeyes recruited him out of Deerfield High School in suburban Chicago, but then got a scholarship offer at Buffalo. Then joined the Hawkeyes as a walk-on, had to sit out a year. He's now on scholarship, standing in the return game and a weapon here on offense. On 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line, Goodson, and he is bottled up at the line of scrimmage by Gallagher and Bergen.
Nicely done by Bergen. Did a nice job. He took on Potabom, the fullback, got off of him and made the tackle. That was well done. Not a real big guy, Bergen. Really active. Has good movement, reads very well. He's decisive when he does. So some guys don't believe their eyes when they see it. Bergen does. He sees it, he pulls the trigger and goes.
On 2nd down, fake it to Williams. Padilla looking for the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Keegan Johnson.
Had a shot at it. Crossing route back to the end zone. Looked like he had a chance. Looked like he may have had it in his hands. Let's see if it wasn't a good defensive play right here. It was, he had it, he had a chance at it. That would have been a tough catch, but it's catchable. Johnson's had himself a nice game here tonight.
5 catches, 68 yards, 3rd down and 9. It's a handoff. It's Williams. And he's brought down at around the 8. You like that call there?
Yeah, so all they're going to do right here, this conservative call, they're just going to trade the field goal for the field goal. Right, go back up by 14.
So the two-score game.
Yeah, and the way they've been playing defense, they're saying, okay, my defense is playing great. We're going to let them continue to play great.
Shudak on to try a 25-yard field goal attempt. 11 out of 13 on the season for the senior. And that kick is up and good. For Shudak from 25. So Northwestern holds Iowa to a field goal to keep this a 2-score game. Timeout. Midway through quarter number 3, the Hawkeyes add on. 17-3 in Evanston. Football on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance, simple human sense, and by Discover, the official credit card of the Big Ten Conference. Nice look from our camera cart. Camera operator John Pigeon. Outstanding work tonight.
That's for the birds.
Nice job, John. 17-3. And Nairo took it out. First, a fair catch. So here comes Marty. Just his second start in his career.
They're still having a discussion back on the 5-yard line over something.
Receiver number 23 gave a fair catch signal. The ball's dead when it's caught. Northwestern ball at the 3-yard line.
Yikes. Wow, so the fair catch signal, and that is costly. And Pat Fitzgerald, we asked him flat out that rarely does he have his return men return kicks, because it's just more of a lose situation than it is a win.
And Pat's not too happy right now. Something's going on here. Let's take a look for the low end zone.
Bottom right of your screen, Nairo 23.
I didn't see anything.
There's never a signal for a fair catch.
There's no signal. Unless the other guy did a fair catch signal. So let's see if he's we got one guy, he's up in the wedge. Yeah, but that is not a fair catch signal. That is for the wedge. If they're calling that as a fair catch signal, then that's completely wrong, because that's up in the wedge and he's signaling his guy to come over to him. It has nothing. He has nothing to do with the catch whatsoever. So I get what Fitz is mad about. Now, unless the other, they're two guys deep. If the other one did it, then that happens, right? But it doesn't look like it, right? There's nothing.
There's Jefferson. Jefferson had that arm moving at just before the 10-yard line there. That last shot, we saw Jefferson come in and wave that right arm around. So watch Jefferson now in the middle of your screen, right there on the left. There. That's what the officials saw.
That would be a rinky-dink call, but I mean, it's.
So the call won't change. And instead of Northwestern ball from the 25, they have it at the 3. Down 14. Off play action. Marty.
He's got it.
Robinson wide open, makes the catch. Spins back and brought down across the 40.
A better throw and he'd still be running. That thing hung up in the air, and probably the wind, which is coming that way, turns it into only a 38-yard gain, but that thing could have been coast to coast. He was wide open.
Stephon Robinson, he was questionable to play tonight. Hurt against Michigan, did not play last week. A 38-yard reception. And here's Hull in the backfield, slips away once, and now tucks that shoulder low, and is brought down to the 48-yard line by Benson.
That's a play action. He's going to set and step and throw. He does take a hit, but he got all of it into it. I think the wind held that one up.
Hit there from Logan Lee. And that'll be forward progress of first down to J.J. Jefferson. So Northwestern did not like the call on the fair catch. Some energy, a spark to Marty and the Cats, and here comes Northwestern. At the Iowa 48. Marty in trouble from behind, throws, that's caught. Hull across the 40, tight rope in that sideline, then shoved out by Campbell at the 31.
Yeah, they got something going here. I think if they'd move him a little bit and get him off that mark, I think they'd have a little bit more success.
17 yards to Evan Hull. Andrew Clare now in a tailback. To Marty's right. It's Clare. Got a good block and tripped up. Good tackle at the 25-yard line by Noah Shannon.
Well,
D lineman.
It's a good job by Noah Shannon coming inside out, because there's nobody in front of him. He just tripped them up at the end on that little screen pass out inside on the flat.
Gain is 7. Best looking drive that Northwestern has had all night long. Robinson in motion. It's a reverse, and slipping down and falling is Nairo. Joe Evans not fooled by the misdirection. Joe negative play for the Cats.
Yeah, Joe Evans was in perfect position right here where he's supposed to be. As deep as the deepest, and he sees it. And he probably said boo because it's about this time of the year where people get scared, and he fell down.
So loss of 8. So Nairo lost his footing. Evans with the tackle, so 3rd and 11. Maybe 4-down territory here for Northwestern into the wind. It's Robinson, and he's slammed down at the 28 by Lucas Van Ness, Chicagoland native from Barrington. 4th down, go for it here, down 14.
Yeah, why not? Heck, you're down 2 scores. Field goal's not going to do you any good.
And Marty and the Wildcats will go for it again on 4th down.
I'd roll him this way. Give him something to do, right? Make him make a decision.
Northwestern late getting players onto the field. Jefferson came in late, top of your screen. Marty, time, throwing, owing up, and that is going to be a catch at the 5-yard line by Malik Washington.
Malik Washington just went up, and what a great job. Kinesthetic sense, man, body part awareness. Knew exactly where he was and twisted in midair and came down with a tremendous catch. What a great job.
Iowa's charged with a sideline warning for interference. 1st down.
Nice throw. Watch him go up and twist. That's phenomenal. Just a nice job of going up in the air. Watch him twist his body to make that catch and come down with control. Huge catch.
Marty put Washington in the position to make a play and did that. 1st and goal from the 6. Off play action. Marty floats to the end zone. There's contact and no flag.
It's a good non-call.
Robinson fell down, got tangled up, no flag.
Harris.
Look at Fitzgerald. He can't believe it. Hats off, arms crossed.
There's a flag down here on the 10. No, I thought their feet got tangled in that. I thought Harris was right there.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. He's charged the head coach of Northwestern. 15-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's going to be on the head coach. That's on Pat Fitzgerald.
Yeah, their feet got tangled up. It looked like from this angle. Fitz is not happy.
So that's the ball back at the 21-yard line as Marty wanted the same call that his head coach did.
So they throw a flag on Fitz for doing that?
Sportsmanlike conduct.
That's unsportsmanlike? Being frustrated? Okay.
So Marty throws. That's caught inside the 20-yard line. That's Robinson. He's smothered at the 19.
And keep in mind, down here inside the 20, all the angles start to change when you start throwing the football. It's a lot tighter down here. Now you're looking at a 3rd down here, and it's 3rd and goal.
Northwestern has not been a good red zone offensive team all year long. We asked offensive coordinator Mike Bajakian specifically about that this week. He said turnovers. That's been a big part of it. We've hurt ourselves in that department. And now the penalty has really pushed Northwestern back. This is a 3rd and goal from the 19.
Conversely, Iowa has been good in the red zone. Oh,
pressure
nice
coming.
job.
Marty got away once. Kept the play alive off the tip, and that's caught off the deflection.
The tip drill
by Jacob Gill with his 7th catch this season.
Oh, man, this is a great job by Marty. Right? He makes that one miss. He's basically hooked, right? They got him by the leg, but he doesn't quit. And he gets and makes the throw off one into the other. Like, you can't make this stuff up.
That went from Hall to Gill. Still well short. It was a 3rd and goal. So this is a 30-yard field goal try into the wind for Charlie Kubander. Connected from earlier tonight. And this one is up and good. The Wildcats settle for 3. A couple of made field goals from Kubander, but still that man not happy. Now Pat Fitzgerald has the hat back on. It was off on that last drive. Frustration mounting. The veteran head coach, and as the players were coming off, look at this. Sorry, my fault. Sorry. So the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that pushed the ball back to the 21-22 yard line. And that put Northwestern's offense in a challenging spot. Settle for Charlie Kubander field goal. It's a 17-6 game. And an onside attempt. That ball is bouncing out of bounds. So Northwestern took a chance, and it goes out of bounds, and Iowa will have the ball back. Good field position when we come back to Evanston. Late third quarter, Iowa ball leading by 11.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team, 5-yard penalty from the end of the kick. Timeout on the field.
Football on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by State Farm. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Again, counting down Northwestern, Nebraska, Dublin next season. For more on that, special guest downstairs, standing by with our own Elise Menaker.
I'm here with Minister Jack Chambers, and Jack, in from Ireland to talk about the Aer Lingus College Football Classic between Northwestern and Nebraska next year. What's it like having college football back in Ireland?
Oh, we're really excited to see college football back in Ireland 2022. It'll be a series now for a number of years, so it's brilliant to build on that strong Irish-American connection that we have, and people are really excited to see this series come back, and we're looking forward to next year.
And I know that we're excited to see it come back because the last couple of games there have gotten postponed due to the pandemic at Aviva Stadium. This is the first week we were talking about its full capacity. Rugby and soccer are back. What is that like now in Ireland?
Look, Irish people and fans love sport, all sports. That's why we're looking forward to the college football next year. But we've got full capacity now back in our stadia. Aviva Stadium today, we had Ireland, Japan. We've got Ireland playing Portugal on Thursday and Ireland All Blacks on next Saturday. So we've got full capacity back, and fans just want to get back and enjoy the game like they are here this evening. So it's really positive.
No doubt everyone's going to enjoy it, and the teams too, because it's also a cultural experience. They're getting in a few days early just to experience everything. And I hear you're rolling out, is it the green carpet that you will be entering? They'll be entering on or welcoming them on.
We'll be welcoming all the players, all the fans, everyone from the Midwest here. Really strong Irish-American connection, and it's obviously an important game for the two teams, but also building on the academic connections, the business connections, the cultural connections, and Ireland is open to build on the strong Irish-American relationship we have, and the huge potential that this does for both of our people as we enjoy sport. And sport brings people together, it builds bridges, and that's why it's brilliant. We're really excited that we've college football back again next year.
We are too, Jack. Thank you so much for the time. In case you can't tell, this is what's on the line. It's heavy. Jack has been holding it this whole time.
Great trophy,
Jack,
too.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.
All right, Elise, thank you. That's a great-looking trophy. And I'm just throwing this out there. If we're asked to go and broadcast that game, Matt, myself, you, and Elise, I don't think we'll say no. Just throwing that out there. just an idea. Meanwhile, Northwestern, outstanding job defensively. Iowa did nothing with great field position, but Torrey Taylor does what he does best. And he pins that ball back inside the 10-yard line after a 35-yard punt. So a 17-6 game. Late third quarter as we go to the up-to-date Big Ten standings brought to you by Discover. Minnesota losing today at home against Illinois. Now a 4-2 record, tied atop. Wisconsin won big at Rutgers. Purdue 4-2. Upset Michigan State, suffered its first loss. Ohio State won at Nebraska earlier today.
It changed the whole look, didn't it? All of a sudden, Wisconsin's in the driver's seat.
Great day of Big Ten football today.
I think Wisconsin actually is playing their best football right now. I think they've straightened out that offensive line. I think their defense is playing lights out.
Incredible.
I think I love watching their linebackers. That Leo Chanel's having a phenomenal year.
And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. So the 83rd all-time meeting, Northwestern and Iowa. And Kirk Ferentz and the Hawkeyes with a 17-6 lead as we go to the fourth. Big Ten football. A lot of energy tonight in prime time. The fourth quarter coming up next. Coming up on Tuesday, an all-new journey presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Go behind the scenes with Brett Bielema as he builds a new identity for Illinois football. The journey Tuesday at 5 Eastern, Big Ten Network.
A couple of big wins he had this year, Penn State and again today.
On the road, both on the road. Penn State and today in Minneapolis. Marty, as the fourth quarter begins, that's caught, first down, taking a hit. Stefan Robinson was popped by Jack Kerner. And they're going to mark him just short, beg your pardon, but a yard shy.
So a couple of observations. Iowa has not really gotten great pressure on Marty tonight, especially on the right side, on that left offensive side with Skoronski over there. But he's had time to step and throw.
Rolling on the fields of first down.
Early in this game, they got some pressure, and then as this game's gone on, they've gotten less.
That was right. It was first down.
Yeah, he made it by about a yard and a half.
So Andrew Marty took over for Ryan Holinsky last week. And Pat Fitzgerald did not reveal too much this week who would start. He did say that the starter worked with the first team offense, took about 80-85% of the snaps in practice this week. On first down, it's Hull trying to get the outside. Makes a man or two miss and turn will look to me maybe a 2-yard loss into about a 3.5-yard gain.
Yeah, that's a great effort by Hull. Right, just kind of using his speed, great bounce. He's able to get to the edge and pick up about maybe 3 or 4 yards.
Gain to 4 for Hull. And now Marty back to goal, pops, and Hull is open. And Hull is brought down.
It's another first.
They'll have it to get to the 20 and fight for the 29. First down, Northwestern.
That was well done by Marty. Now, he wanted to take a shot deep, right? He wanted to take a shot. He thought about it, and then he put it back down, kept eyes downfield, and then just dumped it off and got the first down. Well done.
Rolling on the field was a completed catch.
We really haven't had much success running the football. Go ahead and throw it. Take a page out of Jeff Brown. He had the first down. I don't know what they're talking about.
Let's see if this ball hits the ground, though.
So it can still hit the ground if he has control. It's still a catch.
See, hands are under the ball, too. He's got hands.
So it looks like he does have control of that, even though it hits the ground. His hands are underneath, and you control the football. Ooh, I don't know about that. Now that I look at it a little closer, looks like it bounces a little bit. You'd have to maintain control the whole time. It's like that last one we had, looks like we had a little bit of. Well, he was under it and kicked it up to him. You'd have to maintain control. Where's Dino?
Well, he is with us from Los Angeles. This has been ruled a catch, but will this be overturned?
Yeah, this should be overturned. This is incomplete. The ball does hit the ground. It can hit the ground, but he has to maintain control throughout that entire act. And you're going to see that ball pop loose, separate from his hands after it hits the ground. And this should be an incomplete pass.
You didn't answer me if we had a haircut or not. I've known Dean for a long time. He does a great job.
He certainly does. You see on Snodgrass wrapping things up. He's got an official next to him with the notepad. Probably that indicates to move the ball back somewhere. And here's the call.
Third down, 22-yard line.
So incomplete pass. There's third down and 6.
20-yard line.
And they're showing blitz and they went man under 2.
And
Good
that's
coverage.
Caught, but short of the first down.
Good coverage
by Washington, and Jamari Harris was with Washington and provided the hit, and Harris stepping up, the sophomore from here in Chicago. Now Riley Moss is out, Terry Roberts remains out, so here comes Harris, next man up.
Yeah, well done by Harris.
Spot.
Yeah, so they showed a cover 2, but they showed man under cover 2, and he stayed right on it. Now again, they didn't get to the sticks. You can't run around on 3rd down short of the sticks. That's what you end up getting is 4th and short.
No snap, and Adams did a good job to get that punt away, and here is Charlie Jones. And Jones not down yet, and now he is back across the 35-yard line. So timeout, Iowa ball. We come back. Let's take a look at tonight's quick clips brought to you by Sport Clips. And Iowa made a change at quarterback after the 3rd series. Alex Padilla came in and sparked this offense and found freshman Keegan Johnson down the sideline. That led to a Tyler Goodson touchdown run. Then Arlen Bruce, the 4th, another freshman, fighting his way into the end zone. As Padilla sparked this offense, Northwestern had a good drive going, but then unsportsmanlike conduct on Pat Fitzgerald. And Northwestern had to settle for a field goal, 2 field goals tonight, 17-6 Iowa. Early on 4th quarter, Hawkeyes ball here in Evanston, and Padilla pressured and down he goes. Jeffrey Puller Jr., something he does awfully well, his 4th sack of the season, the transfer from West Virginia.
Well, Puller did a great job. All he did was he had a tight end blocking him. So any tight end blocks you, you should be ashamed of yourself. Tight end should never block a defensive end. Puller just overwhelmed him.
If you missed it, senior Sabdu Miller out for the game with an injury. High snap, Padilla controls it and throws incomplete. A lot of purple around Charlie Jones in front of him, at his side, behind him. 3rd down.
Yeah, had a chance though. He saw it and he saw the in break too. You see the safety rotating away. That's a good throw. That should have been a catch.
That's a great throw.
That's a great throw, and that goes right through his hand. It's a drop. He knew where to go. He saw that. As soon as you see that safety rotating away, you want to come back to that side.
On 3rd and 14, Reganey in motion, bottom of your screen. Padilla checks it down. Goodson dives. He'll be short of the line to gain. But Goodson so good in the screen game. It's 4th down. And Iowa will punt.
Yeah, they will. That's a smart thing to do. You go ahead and kick the football, pin them down there, and say, go ahead, defense, do what you've been doing. Rely on your defense.
Punt number 6, the Australian-born Tory Taylor. And Jefferson, the fair catch at the 15. Wildcats have it back. Still down. Final drive presented by Auto Owners Insurance recaps the entire day of Big Ten football tonight at 11 Eastern on the Big Ten Network. Beautiful shot of the downtown Chicago skyline. We're north of the city here in Evanston, Illinois. Ryan Field, 83rd meeting, Northwestern and Iowa. Wildcats from their own 15, down 11 on the sweep. It's Robinson. Nice hole. Robinson, 1st down run. Flag comes in late. Early indication is holding against Northwestern.
Holding. Offense for 26, 10-yard penalty.
Man, they have shot themselves in the foot a bunch here tonight.
It's the 6th Northwestern penalty, I believe, the 3rd holding penalty.
Yeah, that's on Evan Hull, 26. You're going to watch this, and he's taking on Benson, and he... I seen voice.
But Evan Hull, the guilty party, negates the first down run. So now 1st and 12, empty backfield for Andrew Marty, the Cincinnati native. Long throw, and there's contact there. Robinson, and now a flag. Yeah, Robinson and Hankins, there was contact. And the flag came in late.
It's a good call.
Pass interference, defense number 8, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
It's the second Iowa penalty tonight.
Yeah, not even close. And then it hits him in the head to boot.
So the two teams swap penalties. And now 1st and 10 for Northwestern. At the 28-yard line. Justin Jacobs late getting off the field for Iowa. I'm not sure he got off in time.
He did not.
And here is Evan Hull, and he runs across the 40-yard line. But Jacobs, number 5 for Iowa, he was very late getting off the field.
Yeah, they're going to decline this penalty. They're going to take the first down. Take the run by Evan Hull. Hull does a nice job getting some blocks on the left side for Skoronski.
Results of the play, first down.
Yeah, see, he's going to try to get off in time, and he doesn't make it. So, nice blocking down there on that left side of that offensive line. Skoronski's doing a really nice job here tonight.
They go Wildcat, and now reverse. They go back to Marty, but Iowa not fooled by that. So Northwestern, a little trick play there, but that leads to nothing, and pressure from Evans.
Watch this whole thing to the outside. Now he's got a chance, right? And you know, Marty's done a nice job here tonight of getting rid of the ball when people are on his legs and trying to make tackles on him. He's been strong enough to be able to throw the ball away.
That direct snap went to Anthony Tyus, third tailback freshman from Portage, Michigan. On 2nd down and 10, Marty throws, nice throw, that's caught at the 48-yard line by Hull. Good throw from Marty, coverage from Benson.
That wasn't a good throw. That was a great throw. Great throw on the out. I mean, it has to be, he has to thread a needle right here. The coverage by Benson's fantastic. Look at this ball. That's perfect. The only place it could be, and he throws it. It sets up this 3rd down. I would still get him on the run. Get a little boot action. Give him some time here.
It's a zone read and a run, and Hull is just swallowed up by the Hawkeyes front. Joe Evans among those leading the way. So 4th down, down 11 near midfield. Decision time here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it could be. Their defense has been playing a little better. He could go for it. I'll tell you what, Evans has played a nice game here tonight. We've watched him all game long here, and he has made some timely plays.
So Northwestern again will go for it on 4th down, 2 of 2.
Use the quarterback's legs.
On 4th down tries tonight. Hull splits out, top of your screen. On 4th down, Marty throws high, incomplete. Flag comes in.
I don't know about that one.
Robinson and Hankins again matched up. And pass interference against Phil Parker's defense, and the D coordinator not happy.
Defense number 8, ball be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Now the first one seemed obvious. Left arm draped around the body, the stomach.
That's a bang one right there to me. Let's see. That's a rough call. But hey, he called it, so here we go.
Keeps the drive alive. And here's Marty. And Marty, after faking the handoff to Claire, spins down to the 45-yard line after a gain of 6. We go back to the penalty.
It sounds like both coaches on both sides have had it with the officials.
On second down. Fake it to Claire. Marty hit and down he goes.
Guess
Joe
who?
Evans again.
He's the hardest working guy in his team tonight. He's been making some big time plays. He has not been fooled all night long. He's held his ground and read his keys and made big play after big play.
Wasn't that a blown assignment, though? I mean, Wiedeker, the right tackle, never touched him. And then the wide receiver, Washington, he ran right by him.
Well, Washington's going out in the flat for a pass. That's who he's going to try to hit. So that's the play. You're going to play off of Evans, except he didn't bite on it. He went in and got a sack.
Big third down here for Marty. Good pocket throws, and that's caught first down. Out to the 25-yard line by Washington. Good pocket for Marty. Delivered a strike. First down, Northwestern.
Step and throw. He had time to be able to throw, right? That's really well done. And he throws a nice ball, man. That ball comes off his hand really well.
Off the pump. Hit as he throws. This one towards the end zone, and that's going to be intercepted by Jamari Harris. Belton brought the pressure, and Harris with the pick. The first interception for the Chicagoland native, Jamari Harris.
Yeah, Dane Belton's the key, right? He had time. If Belton just came, he came from the outside and belted him.
Now Belton with the pressure at a pick earlier, and now it's Harris off the Belton pressure with the interception. FBS leading 18th interception for the Hawkeyes, denying the Wildcats. It's Iowa ball when we come back. Now Jamari Harris from Montini Catholic High School, about a 45-minute drive here in Evanston with his first career interception as a Hawkeye. And now it sets up a run for Iowa. Off the pick, it's Goodson with a strong first down run brought down by Bergen. Let's check in downstairs. Injury update. For more on that, here's Elise.
Guys on the sideline, Andrew Marty was getting his right foot looked at. They did tape it just outside the cleat. So just keeping an eye on him as he has dealt with injuries throughout this season.
There's a shoulder injury, Elise, that cost Marty time earlier in the year, and we'll keep an eye on that foot.
Dane Belton on that last blitz. I mean, that was a good decision. The tight end blocked. He had coverage on the tight end. Once he blocked, he decided to go set up that pressure, which turned into the interception.
Goodson, another big run. First down and more for Tyler Goodson. Well over 120 yards rushing tonight. Monte Pottebaum, the fullback, laid a great block and a good path for Goodson.
Yeah, and then Pottebaum got rocked in the hole, but he shielded him. Yeah, right there. And then he just keeps on going. That's a nice 23-yard run. He had 100 at halftime, and right now, what's he up to?
Yeah, Goodson is up to 139.
$140, yeah. He's having a nice night. Talked about him at the start of the game. Said you're going to have to get that run game going, and they have.
And before tonight, only had one 100-yard rushing game this season. And this time, he's bottled up after a gain of about 2.
They like to run on the inside, and that's where Linderbaum is. They dropped a couple of bombs on these guys, Linder and Pata. They're tough inside. They get these guards back healthy, and these tackles gain more experience. They're going to be just fine. There's a lot of people talking about this offense and how lousy it was, but sometimes it's just the little things that take a little bit more time to develop, and pad level's one of them, and cohesion on that offensive line's a big one.
Iowa in no hurry on second down. They'll fake the run, and Padilla rolls and throws. That's caught by Bruce, but he falls down inside the 40-yard line. Third catch tonight for Arlen Bruce. Kirk Ferentz. Yeah, we mentioned this at the top, Matt, and November has been a really good month for the Hawkeyes the last couple of seasons before tonight. First November game, of course, but a 9-1 November record the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, it looks like this is the first night I've seen this offense have good balance, right? That you're confident with between the quarterback and the running back. And what a nice hit. Oh, and Goodson just kept on going. Is that Goodson? No.
That was Gavin Williams.
Gavin Williams
took a hit from Coco Azuma.
Azuma came on a safety blitz and met him in the backfield, but he just runs him over. Watch this. I mean, that's a great hit. And he just kept on going. But he did complete the tackle. It's just good football all the way around.
And Coco Azuma, a sophomore guy that saw time as a running back at Northwestern in 2019.
The guys who were running backs in high school who convert over to defense, they're usually your best players because they're seeing the same things that the running backs are seeing.
Another punt here for Taylor. High punt.
That one hung up.
And Wynn knocks it down, and that is down at around the 15-yard line. So Northwestern ball. We come back. All right, Dave, thank you very much. Should be a lot of fun.
Figured Howard would like that Illinois game. You're showing your colors there, Howard. So. Jeez.
17-6 in favor of the Hawkeyes.
That was a big game, though. I mean, that's a great win for them. And Purdue, man, Jeff Brom, man, he threw it 50-some times, but he got a win.
Final drive for the Wildcats. And Marty is back out. He'll throw high. That's caught by Washington, and Malik Washington upended across the 20-yard line by Seth Benson.
Seth Benson's played a nice game here tonight as well.
See the numbers on Marty, 19 out of 35. And that's a first down catch made by the tight end. That's Marshall Lang, sophomore from Cincinnati.
So at the 4-minute mark, just under 3:56, they're going to make them drive the field. Keeping everything underneath. This is exactly what Phil Parker likes to do, right? Keep the ball in front of you, make the tackle.
Guys bring 4. That's caught at the 30 again by Lang. Coverage from Harris. Coming up after the game, the Big Ten Live football postgame presented by State Farm. Breaks down all the action. Dave and the guys coming up. Big Ten Live football postgame presented by State Farm. As Dave mentioned, recapping an eventful day of Big Ten football. Should be a great show. Valkenburg bringing pressure. That's tipped in, incomplete. Off the deflection. Yeah, Jack Campbell, 31. He was around that football.
Jack Campbell's always around the football. He got really good instincts. That's what makes him so good. One of those guys that when a play needs to be made, he's usually on the call.
Jack Campbell, Phil Parker told us, in terms of linebackers, one of the best we've had. He brought up a guy like Chad Greenway, put Campbell in very, very high praise. On 3rd and 6, underneath, that's caught. Nice cut, first down run, and more for Hull. Evan Hull is shouldered out across the 40-yard line. Made the catch, then a brilliant cut. And here come the Cats, first down Northwestern.
That's a nice job by Jack Kerner to be able to get him out of bounds. Took a good angle because he made everybody else miss underneath. Great job of balance. Kerner uses the sideline as his help. There's 1 miss. There's 2, 3, 4 misses.
Ball comes out. Andrew Clare, the tailback, to Marty's left. And Marty throws again off the hands, incomplete. Went off the hands of Trey Pugh. Tight end.
And when you say off the hands, you mean through the hands. It should have been a catch.
3 to go. Andrew Marty in his first start this season, second of his career. Has time, and a leaping catch.
Great job.
Inbounds by Stephon Robinson.
Really well done by Stephon Robinson. You see how he came back? He came all the way back to that ball. This ball's where it's supposed to be, right? But he comes all the way back and keeps himself between the ball and the defender, so this is a completion. Really well done. Good strong hands at the top, too.
First down, Northwestern, now a flag. Blow this dead. Likely a false start.
Snap infraction, offense, number 52, 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's in the center, Sam Jarek. Bobbled, Marty picks it up. Underneath, it's Hull, stiff arms his way across the 25. And Hull towards the end zone, he's in. Touchdown, Northwestern.
Hull's a good football player. That's not a news flash. That's a fact. Evan Hull pretty much took this team right down the field. And now I would think you've got to go for two.
No debate here. Have to go for two. Northwestern has all 3 timeouts.
Had to give him a 3-point game.
31-yard touchdown reception for Evan Hull, his second receiving score this season, 13th career touchdown.
So they're pushing it over to the right hash mark to give themselves a wider field, right? And so you're one-on-one down here, locked up. Matt Hankins, I can't quite see the number. Who's the receiver?
That's Malik Washington. It's Washington looking to throw it. He will, and it's incomplete. Looking for the tight end of the corner.
They had it well defensed. Excellent job by the Iowa defense to be able to have everybody where they're supposed to be.
So they ran that play. You mentioned the field side was open. They ran that towards the boundary. And that shorter field, and unable to convert the 2-point try. This remains a 2-score game here.
There's a miss. He fakes out somebody there.
1-score game, excuse me.
Yeah, so it's a 1-score game, but it has to be 6. And Evan Hull's a good player. Runs with his eyes. Fun to watch.
So 17-12 score, and let's take a look at tonight's bold move brought to you by Velveeta. And the Hawkeyes made a bold move after 3 series. Spencer Petras, he was nicked up against Wisconsin, trying to give it a go. It wasn't happening, so Kirk Ferentz on the 4th series went to the sophomore Alex Padilla, and he connected with Keegan Johnson early, later. And Padilla's had a really good night, mixing it up to receivers and running backs. He's played really, really well tonight, Matt.
It's exactly what the doctor ordered for this offense. They've been looking to get some balance in this offense, and Padilla's given it to them. The numbers aren't big, but they're where they needed to be, right? So when they needed to play, Padilla was able to deliver.
Western, all 3 timeouts left. And it'll go to Goodson. And Goodson made the catch, and he is dropped inside the 30-yard line. So 3 timeouts left. Did not need to onside that kick. And tried to keep it away from Charlie Jones, but it found Goodson as he brought the football out near the 25-yard line.
Don't tell me somebody raised their hand and they called a fair catch again.
Did not see that. Some controversy with that play earlier.
Kicking team player number 2 went out of bounds and came back in during the kick. 5-yard penalty from the end of the play. First down, Iowa.
It's the 8th Northwestern penalty, something you don't see or say too often.
Yeah, it's very uncharacteristic. So now look, now they have a chance, right? And so let's see if it's the Iowa run game against a porous Northwestern defense. But Northwestern has been playing pretty good against the run here in the second half. Let's see what happens.
It was rushed for 186 yards as a team. It's Gavin Williams to start at tailback on this drive, and Williams will try the left side and picks up one, maybe two, and the Wildcats will burn their first of 3 timeouts. Will keep it here. So a change when you look at the Big Ten West with how the day began to how it looks right now. And Purdue adding to its record. They win today. Minnesota losing, so there's the 4-2 mark at top. Iowa looking to join that group. Now Iowa lost the tiebreak, or will lose the tiebreak should they finish with the same record as Purdue or Wisconsin, as they lost those games this season. Floyd of Rosedale next week at Kinnick Stadium. Always fun. Minnesota coming off a loss today, so it's a tightly packed, compacted top tier of the Big Ten West.
Those teams are capable of beating each other. You look at the bottom there. Nebraska has played really good, tough football, right? And they've just kind of haven't been able to finish some things. Let's see if Iowa can.
And second down and 8. This is Williams. And Williams denied. So not seeing Tyler Goodson here, seeing Gavin Williams. And Northwestern will call it second timeout.
That was nicely done. They ran a lead right at the backer inside, and they beat him at the line of scrimmage. There's Tyler Goodson on the sideline. Now's the time you want to give it to your best runner, right? You want him to be the ball, and that guy's had a big hand here tonight. 140 yards, 20 carries.
And even though he's not in right now, he is tonight's hardest working player, brought to you by Duluth Trading Company. The second 100-yard rushing game this season, but not in right now. It's been the redshirt freshman from Altoona, Iowa, the Des Moines area, and Gavin Williams.
I would think you'd want your best runner in there right now. Crunch time.
And now Iowa's going to call a timeout.
Iowa.
First timeout.
They're first. This is
Charge to the Hawkeyes.
timeout.
Will keep it here. So 3rd and 6. Western only 1 timeout left. Up by 5. Kirk Ferentz has that great defense. They try to throw the ball here on 3rd and 6 late in the fourth quarter.
This isn't an easy call right here, right? So can you rely on your defense again? They just went right down the field on you, throwing the football. So you have more than enough time at 2 minutes. Yeah, I would think a screen, if you're going to throw it, it's going to be something short that you can get the completion and get the yards. So let's say screen or something like that, but he's not going to, I don't think he's going to go play action or anything like that.
Padilla's favorite target has been the front Keegan Johnson. Now Goodson is back in at tailback. On 3rd and 6, it is Goodson. Get the left side. He won't get there.
Not even close.
McIntyre and Mitchell stretch that out perfectly for the Wildcats. So Northwestern will get the ball back. And Northwestern will call its last timeout. No timeouts left, but they'll get the ball back to 5 to play in the fourth quarter.
That's just a great job on the defensive side. Nobody bid on anything, and they defended the edge, right? Where they had success earlier in the game getting to the edge, this time they didn't do it at all. It's a counter, and they're going to run a counter with the tight end, right? Look at the edge. Well defended. Really good job. Who's that? Gallagher is there, and a bunch of guys are there.
Gallagher fired up as the Wildcats had to make a stop, and they do just that. So still chance and life for the Wildcats, only down 5. And remember that Taylor right now with that big leg, he's punted the ball into the wind. Jefferson, fair catch, hauled in inside the 25-yard line, a 42-yard punt into the wind. Nice job there from Taylor. Now here comes Marty, senior from Cincinnati, against a very tough Iowa defense, but a chance to give his team the lead with 1:51 to go at Ryan Field. Northwestern, no timeouts.
They have not been able to get great pressure, especially on the left side with Skaronski.
Iowa brings some pressure. Low snap controlled by Marty. He'll throw, and that's intercepted by Belton. Dane Belton with another pick tonight, and the Hawkeyes will take over. Marty was pressured. Belton with another pick, and the Iowa defense makes the play. Iowa football up 5, and no timeouts left for the Wildcats.
I want to watch this again, and I want you to watch Van Valkenburg and how he tries to get pressure, right? He gets blocked at the line of scrimmage, and he is so intent on getting there that he crawls the fastest I've seen. Watch him. Number 97, watch. Look at this. He's going to keep on going, and he crawls after him so he can't set his feet, and the net result is a bad throw.
And victory formation for the Hawkeyes and Dane Belton. 2 more picks tonight for this season. And the Hawkeyes adding to their FBS leading interception tally up to 19. Marty picked off. And the Hawkeyes will join that group atop the Big Ten West at 4-2.
It's a great effort by Van Valkenburg. The only way you could get there. Just affect the passer any way you can. And what he does is he crawls after him. I thought that was awesome.
Again, coming up after the game, the Big Ten Live football postgame presented by State Farm breaks down all the action. Spencer Petras started, gave it a go, 3 series. He came out, and Padilla
gave him a spark.
Colorado native, state champion at Cherry Creek High School just south of Denver. And Iowa got the ground game going, but the defense, as advertised, opportunistic, and 3 more interceptions. And this will do it. The final knee taken, and Iowa snaps the 2-game slide. 17-12. Pat Fitzgerald and Kirk Ferentz, mutual respect. So much between these 2 guys. And Iowa victorious by 5, 17-12. Hawkeyes go home. Rivalry game, Floyd of Rosedale at Kinnick Stadium next week. Northwestern on the road, faced a tough defense tonight. They'll face another good one at Wisconsin.
Well, they're playing well
today.
I think Wisconsin's playing their best football right now.
Wisconsin won big, but this Iowa defense, Campbell, Evans, and Van Valkenburg, but Alex Padilla gave this offense a spark. The running game got going. We thought it had to for the Hawkeyes. It did. Goodson had a really good night here tonight. 17-12, the final score here from Ryan Field.
Padilla was, to me, Padilla was the difference, right? They did run the football, but Padilla gave them the spark they needed to build on, and they did build and carry on it.
Now that'll do it tonight from Ryan Field. For Matt Millen and Elise Menaker and our entire crew, Corey Provis saying so long. 17-12. Iowa wins. The Big Ten Live State Farm postgame show with Dave and the guys is coming up. So long from Evanston.